What the fuck? Stop it! That's a keyboard!
A goddamn piece of fucking shit!
Before Angry Grandpa would garner 1 billion views with his prank and freak out videos.
Let me see! Oh, take out the goddamn thing!
Before building an audience of over 3.4 million subscribers on the Angry Grandpa YouTube channel, which would help to spin off other channels like Grandpa's Corner, Bridget West, The Overreaction Show, and Kid Behind Camera.
Oh, Royal Rumble! Who cares about your pay-per-view? I don't care, because all you do is fuck everything up!
Before Angry Grandpa tragically passed away at the age of 67 at 4:48 p.m. on December 10th, 2017.
Today, we lost Angry Grandpa.
Angry Grandpa grew up dirt poor in South Carolina, where he suffered no shortage of tragedies. His father passed away from a car accident, and both his mother and sister, well, they died during the Christmas season. During his life, he fought in Vietnam, toured America with a group of hippies, and gained and lost hundreds of pounds. But most transformative in his life was the decision he made to buy his son a video camera to capture his wild antics. A Christmas freakout would soon lead to online stardom, as over the course of a decade, Angry Grandpa became the center of a YouTube empire, entertaining millions of fans around the world. And he remained appreciative of his fans throughout his life. In fact, his last tweet, published on December 5th, 2017, reads, "Love all you youngins." Here at Before They Were Famous, the passing of Angry Grandpa hit us especially hard. The first collaboration video we ever did on this channel was with his son Michael, who you may know as Kid Behind Camera or Pickle Boy, and Charles. And they were nice enough to prepare exclusive clips to cut into our video. They brought with it the same energy and comedic flair that they put into their own videos. Let's take a look.
My name is Michael Green, and welcome to Before They Were Famous. Now,
Not you, you ain't famous. What the fuck makes you think you famous?
I'm not saying that I'm famous, I'm saying the name of the show.
You got to say you're famous. You ain't
The
famous.
name of the show is Before They Were Famous.
You ain't never been famous.
It's the name of the show.
Shut up. Name of the show?
Before They Were Famous.
I'm on Before They Were Famous. Bullshit.
That's still one of my favorite clips to call back to. Absolutely brilliant. Now, my name is Michael McCredden, and I'm documenting the life and career of Angry Grandpa here for you on Before They Were Gone. Now, feel free to leave your thoughts and prayers for the departed and his family in the comments down below. From what I understand, Michael is intent on keeping the Angry Grandpa channel going as a living tribute to his father. So you can show your love by going over there, commenting, watching, and subscribing if you haven't already. Angry Grandpa was born Charles Marvin Green Junior on October 16, 1950. He grew up in the Sherwood Forest neighborhood of Charlestown, South Carolina. His mother was Dorothy Meyers Green, and his father, Sgt Charles Marvin Senior, was a World War II veteran. He also had an older sister, Charlene. Young Charles had an extremely difficult childhood. His father beat him with a coat hanger, and once when he stole a cigarette at the age of 6, his father decided to teach him a lesson by making him smoke the entire pack. That tactic didn't seem to work, as he would go on to smoke throughout most of his life. Now, when he was just 9 years old, his father was paralyzed in a car accident, and the family struggled financially. They were regular attendees at Ashley River Baptist Church, and other church members came over to the house to offer money and other assistance in time of their need. Still, Charles Sr. would eventually succeed to his injuries and pass away. Now, Charles Jr. was often bullied in school for being poor and for his weight. To avoid the bullying, he would often fake being sick so he could just stay home. As a teenager, Charles experimented with drugs. On Halloween night in 1968, he apparently took a combination of weeds and mescaline in a cemetery, which caused him to vividly hallucinate zombies coming out of the graves. What did that look like? Probably a little something like YouTube Rewind 2017. At some point, he attended college for 1 year. He also spent a year traveling around America doing hippie stuff with a group of friends. During that time, he had no contact with his family, but despite his hippie ways, he also had to do some not so hippie stuff, going off to fight in the Vietnam War when he was just 18 years old. Throughout his life, Charles worked several jobs, including owning multiple failed small businesses, doing apartment maintenance, and selling peanuts. He was also a volunteer firefighter. During the early 1970s, Charles met and befriended a man by the name of Donald Henry Gaskins, aka Pee Wee Gaskins. Unbeknownst to Charles, that guy turned out to be a serial killer, although he did recall one time getting into a drunken fight with Pee Wee, who then slammed his head to the counter and said that if it weren't for their friendship, you'd be in my graveyard tomorrow. After Gaskins was caught by police, Charles was of course shocked. Pee-wee wrote him a letter from prison, but Charles told him to never write him again. Later, Charles would visit the cell where Pee-wee had been held prior to the prison being shut down, and on the wall was a pentagon with Charles's name in it. That's even spookier than the whole zombie thing. Charles married for the first time during the 1970s, and with that wife had his first daughter, Dawn Michelle, who lives in Alabama. After the divorce, Charles would go on to marry Tina Sharp in 1982, and together they would have 4 children. At the time, they were living in a trailer park in South Carolina. Charles was suffering from bipolar disorder, depression, alcoholism, and obesity. In the 1990s, he's said to have gained as much as 800 pounds, and was forced to use a wheelchair to get around. A gastric bypass surgery helped him to lose some weight, but he continued to have another health issue, including dumping syndrome, which led to an addiction to pain medication. In 2006, he also had a scary time in the hospital while under the knife for a hernia surgery. He died on the operation table, but was luckily revived, and after a 4-week coma, he woke up. Unfortunately, his behavior was gradually getting more and more out of hand throughout the years. It got so bad that his youngest son Michael asked him to buy him a video camera to document his behavior. He said, "He was such an asshole around the house all the time that I told him I wanted a video camera for Christmas so I could show him how he acts." Sure enough, Charles agreed. Now, Christmas was generally a rough time of year for him. He had lost his mother on one Christmas morning, and another year his sister died 2 days after Christmas. But that time of year would also soon turn his life around. On Christmas Day 2007, Charles walked into his daughter's home and was shocked to find they had already opened presents without him, and Michael caught the whole thing on camera.
I'll tell you now, I'm leaving. I ain't never coming back. What are you gonna do, little man? Christmas.
Michael posted the video at thebreak.cam calling it Grandpa Ruins Christmas. The Angry Grandpa channel was registered on June 19, 2010 and dropped the first video Angry Grandpa responds to YouTube the same day.
Broadcast yourself. Broadcast yourself.
The channel gradually developed a large fan base. Prank videos became a huge staple on the channel. One of the most popular videos on the channel would be this twist on the condom challenge. That video would rack up over 17 million views. But freakouts, of course, would also remain extremely popular for Angry Grandpa viewers. The most popular video on the channel would be, with more than 30 million views, Angry Grandpa Destroys PS4.
Hey, mine, let's play a game.
But it wasn't all destruction and chaos. One of the most popular videos on the channel would be Angry Grandpa's new house, dropped in July of 2015. Prior to the filming of that video, Michael had been taking Angry Grandpa around looking at houses under the pretense that the new house would be for him and Bridget. But in fact, the house was for Grandpa.
This is your house, Pop.
What? What?
This is your house. No, dude, it's yours.
No, Michael.
He had definitely come a long way from the trailer park. The next year, Michael gave Grandpa another elaborate gift, the second of 2 items on his bucket list.
Number 1 was to own his own house. Number 2 was the 55 Chevy. It's yours, man. Have a look at it.
Don't touch it.
It's yours.
The Angry Grandpa channel hit 1 million subscribers in April of 2015 and 5 million on January of 2016. While his channel continued to grow, Angry Grandpa had a serious health scare at the beginning of 2017. Grandpa received test results shows that his worst fears had come true. He had cancer. Specifically, he had a form of skin cancer called squamous cell carcinoma. Yeah. He shared the news with his son Michael and had the whole thing filmed. The footage was uploaded on February 10th in a video called Angry Grandpa Has Cancer.
That's my biggest fear, man.
Come on. Hey. Hey.
For treatment, he would need to undergo surgery, and exactly how bad the cancer was would not be known until that surgery had already taken place. Michael, Bridget, and Grandpa left this note explaining in the description box of that video. What started as a simple case of skin cancer on his back is transformed into much worse due to his age and discovering it late. There is a chance it is spider-webbed around his spinal cord, rendering him paralyzed or worse. Thank you guys so much for the continued love and support. We never have accomplished so much without you. Grandpa wanted all of you to be a part of this journey as we discover more and hopefully get him better. We all love you so much. Michael continued with a pinned comment. I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support over the last 10 years. We've done this through the best of times and the worst of times, and at the request of Grandpa, this isn't going to stop us either. What started as a simple spot on his back has turned into something worse due to a combination of when we found it and his age. At this point, it's likely to have spread throughout his back and around his spinal cord. Thank you guys for the love and support, and we invite you guys to go on his journey with us. We keep nothing from you, even the bad. Well, Michael put out a tearful message of love and support to his father on the Kid Behind Camera channel, entitled The Worst Day of My Life. Grandpa set a tone of strength and positivity. The week after his cancer announcement, he put out a video called The Future of the Angry Grandpa Show, Cancer Update, where he remained upbeat and hopeful about his prognosis.
Yes, AGP has cancer, but it ain't the end of the world. Nor are we gonna make it the end of the world.
The outpouring of support from fans was astounding and did not go unnoticed.
That means a lot. All these youngsters are writing me saying, Grandpa, we're behind you.
Grandpa also cut back on his smoking.
How much are you down to?
Down now to about a pack a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, what, 3 a day to 1 a day?
Also in February of 2017, Angry Grandpa announced that he had contracted pneumonia, but he soon managed to eradicate the illness. He would also grapple with kidney stones, cellulitis, and a UTI that year. On March 8, 2017, he underwent surgery to remove cancerous tissue from his back and around his spinal cord. While he seemed to be recovering from the cancer, new health issues soon emerged for Angry Grandpa.
He had this mass that was right here, and we thought maybe his hernia was coming back.
Yeah.
Turns out it was fluid.
The doctors removed 9 liters of fluid and he was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver, which he suffered likely as a result of his history of heavy drinking. During his hospital visit with AGP, Michael suggested they cut back on the anger-based videos, so he could focus on recovery. But Gramps, he wasn't having any of that.
Cut back on the anger videos, destruction.
Are you crazy? You're not doing that to me. If it weren't for them, man, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be surviving.
On Halloween Day, Grandpa returned to the hospital because of his cirrhosis. He was in the intensive care unit until Michael was called in because he is his power of attorney. During this time, Grandpa was drifting in and out of consciousness, so Michael kept him off camera. But he was gradually recovering. While the hospital kept him to monitor his blood pressure, Grandpa was eager to get back to work. On November 10, 2017, Michael announced,
We got some great news. Angry Grandpa's being moved out of the ICU.
After weeks of absence, Grandpa eventually recovered enough to reappear on camera on November 17th.
I want to thank y'all for sticking with me. Without y'all, I could never make it.
He was even well enough to sit down with his family for Thanksgiving.
You were a lot better than that Sunday dinner, man. I was worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I'm glad you're good.
While he seemed to be recovering throughout November, he was hospitalized again at the end of the month. He returned home on December 3rd, but was still terribly ill. Unfortunately, Angry Grandpa's health continued to decline. On December 10, 2017, Michael made an announcement he had no doubt been dreading for some time.
Today, we lost Angry Grandpa.
Angry Grandpa's absence will be felt by his family, his friends, and a legion of fans. He passed away as quite probably the oldest social media star in the world, or the most internet famous man of his generation. At 67 years old, he had over 100,000 followers on Instagram and 276,000 on Twitter. Between Grandpa's Corner and The Angry Grandpa Show, he had over 4.2 million subscribers on YouTube and 1 billion video views. And that's not counting his clear impact on channels like Kid Behind Camera, The Overreaction Show, and Bridget West's channel. His work entertained millions and had a profound effect on internet culture. He will be missed. As for the rest of the story, well, it lives on in his legacy because this is before they were gone. My name is Mike McCrud, thanks for checking out this video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below and head over to the Angry Grandpa channel because, well, they're gonna keep the show going. So be sure to check it out. Okay, bye.